My workbench is closed. Let's take a swap.
Oh, okay. Click button.
Funny button.
What if I don't click it?
Then you'll be blind asleep.
Then I will.
I will have to pull the trigger.
Oh my gosh.
I was gonna say curse your lineage, but
That's one way to curse a lineage.
It's already cursed. You're good.
well, those sure are numbers.
How bad is it, Chief?
Ratio to 7 to 1. This is
The business
the bad
because of
Twitter
Brazil.
vote, boss.
I think this is fitting. All your wound thresholds go up by 1,
Sad.
Oh.
except for Lysander, who goes up by 2. As he's feeling confident with his history of combat victories.
How often I get wounded.
And your strain thresholds. Your strain thresholds are reduced by 1. Other than Mark's, who's down by 2.
Yeah, that's fair.
Cool, that puts me over threshold.
Does that knock you unconscious?
That knocks me unconscious.
That's
Oh, fuck.
really fucking funny, actually.
that is actually really funny.
Unless
like-
you are allowing me a rest between sessions, I'm conked out, boss.
Not a rest, but the scene is over.
So like,
Well,
the
I can
classes
consider
were
it-
carrying him back to the ship. We can carry him.
Yeah, I mean, you're on the ship. It's honestly not a big deal if Mark passes out right now. He can just recover.
Yeah.
Really funny, though.
It's very funny. Mark passes out. Mark stressed the fuck out and takes an impromptu power nap.
He's had a long day.
Alright, we will resume. You left Hutta after your victory?
I think it was a
Question
victory.
mark? Over Sembra the Hut?
Paying
Achieve
him
your
how many
goal.
fucking credits?
1,000.
You paid him. The man was paid. But now you are making your way back to Nar Shaddaa, where you need to get into a meeting with Baul so you can hand over the goods.
Right.
Oh,
We
you're
have
on the north side. Well, he's a hut.
Should we bring him a gift
they're
on top
happy
of this?
Because the only thing they're happy to see are money and hookers.
We're all motherfuckers.
Do we have blackjack?
Yeah, don't got any of those on staff. And if any of you look at me, I'm killing you.
What's not going to, but alright.
I don't know, I think Lysander's just gonna fucking put Mark up for bid again.
Alright, Mark. I fold up the slave Leia suit.
Don't
Put it on.
No.
Put on the suit.
I'm not putting on a fucking banana hammock, no.
It would be
should
so
we-
funny, though.
Should we give him a gift before we go? I know we're bringing him the lightsaber. But the Huts do like gifts.
Can we stop paying these fucking criminals?
Let's not. We're not gonna bring him an offering. We're gonna bring him what he is getting us to bring.
Yeah.
Okay, but he
This
demands
is a
one of us.
parade. We don't need to give him extra.
If he demands one of us enter his fight pit, it's on you.
He doesn't need that. He has his own fight pit slaves.
Yeah, he's got a massive fucking Wookiee he can send to do his bidding.
Oh, that's just he just used that as an enforcer. That's no fight pits for him.
Oh, fair enough.
You think he's going to damage his valuable assets? Either way, Mark, you can take a power nap.
Okay. Do I get to roll discipline or?
You can
Is it
make
cool?
you can make a cool or discipline. It's your choice. Typically,
Okay.
cool is better though for non-force users.
Yeah.
Not always, but just typically.
Cool. I recover nothing.
This is a nice nap. You're comfortable.
I would say quite the opposite. Actually, he's not getting any fucking rest.
Tossing and turning.
Yeah.
He's having a wild dream. Well, the rest of you, the ship at least makes its landing back on Narshada, returning from Hatta properly.
Did
Congratulations.
Bowl give us a means to communicate with him?
Yeah, you can contact his Wookiee, Greer.
We will contact Greer, let them know that we are on our way.
Yeah, you contact Greer, who tells you that he will make the arrangements for a meeting.
Thank you. We'll be there as soon as we can. That's it. Hang up.
Okay. I still need to know what's the play. Are you just gonna head there? Do you want to try and do something about Mark? I believe the more or less the only thing you can do about Mark is just take a rest.
Yeah, we could just leave him on the ship to rest some more. I don't know.
What about the Bacta tank? Does
That's
it also
not full,
recover
I don't
strain?
think.
Doesn't recover strain.
Okay.
I won't mind a back to bath, but
I was gonna say
Yeah, how
you
enjoy
could put him in backed up. Mark is quite injured.
Yeah, maybe we give Mark a little back to bath, take a nap, and then go to meet Bowel.
Alright, boss, you grab his ankles, I'll grab his shoulders, we'll get him in there. We're gonna put him in the tank.
You can put him in the tank. In the tank he heals 1 wound per hour. With he's in there.
that was per 2 hours.
I just checked. It is per. Well, okay. You know what? How about I double check, because the Force and Destiny cheat says per hour, but I also thought it was per 2 hours. This is why, as mentioned, I think it takes a couple shortcuts. Which are not great. Recovering wounds. Here we are. It would load. There you go. No. Recovering from wounds. Well, this is obnoxiously hard to find.
Book moment.
Book moment. Okay, well, I just, no, let me just not Google it and just straight up open the book and just find it in here.
Ah, fair.
I prefer to Google things when I can, because it just gets me straight to the answer, but sometimes you just gotta actually just look through the fucking book.
Yeah.
Let's see. This will be under probably gear and equipment. Or I could just, you know what? I could just search back up in the book. Back there, here we are. Age 2. Back to tanks, here we are. Yeah, here it says that recovers at the rate of 1 wound per 2 hours.
Fucking
Ah.
hell.
There you go.
Yeah.
1 wound per 2 hours. It sure beats no wounds per no hours, though.
Yeah, it sure does.
All right, you put Mark in the.
The tank.
Oh, it's gonna do one of you do it, or do you have some of the crew aboard the ship do it?
Let's say it's a group effort.
That doesn't mean you have to put Mark in the back of the diaper.
The crew's
We, are
gonna do
putting,
it.
we can put him in. we let the crew diaper him up.
Mark,
Oh,
you get
God,
put in the back. I'm sorry, you don't want us to call it the back of the diaper.
No, I'm just saying, don't call it diapering him up.
Okay, fair.
We've plenty
It is-
established that it's the back to diaper because it is, unfortunately.
It absolutely is a back to diaper.
They were too much of a coward to show Mark Hamill's junk on screen.
Or give him
Maybe he
anything that
didn't
didn't look like a diaper.
All right, you diaper up Mark. Put him in the drink, and then off you go. You catch a ride from the spaceport, well, one of the many spaceports, the one where you've docked at least, to Bowles Casino, where you met him last time, and also where you're meeting him this time, because he doesn't move from here very often. Because
Yeah.
why would he?
Huts don't be doing that.
They're not in the business of moving, generally speaking.
Yeah, they just be chilling slugs.
So much effort to move.
And everyone's willing to come to them.
Well, yeah.
What are you gonna do? Not go to them?
She makes a good point.
You make a dock. You dock the taxi docks at the back access into the casino where Greer is waiting for you. You step out the cabin and he just kind of looks at us. I hope you have good news.
We do have good news. The boss will be very happy.
He gives Lysander he gives Lysander a look and says, "There are very few things that make him happy. We'll see about that."
Alrighty. Lead the way.
He will. He guides you through back corridors and backstage areas to Bowles' VIP booth, guarded by a couple of mercenaries on the outside of it. You're let in into the lounge again, where you've been before. Bowl is here, lounging in his big lounging throne.
Did you say anything? Should I introduce
He
myself?
looks at you expectantly.
Your Excellence, we come with good news. I reached into whatever I was carrying it in.
Evie has it. You're not.
Oh,
carrying it.
Evie has it? Oh. Go ahead, Evie.
I present the lightsaber.
Okay. Yeah. You withdraw the lightsaber. Bowl is visibly cheesed at it at seeing it before him. He erases his prosthetic arm and gives a wave. One of the guards walk over and will take it from you. He will offer his hand for you to give it to him. Presumably, you pass the lightsaber.
I mean, yeah, I have no reason not to, so.
Yep.
I trust this is what you are after.
Owl starts to speak and his protocol droid shuffles out from behind him, because these guys always have a protocol droid behind them. Translates.
It could be many.
It could be. It's Schrodinger's protocol droid.
I was.
You were thinking it?
You need to stop making jokes as I'm gearing up to make them.
No.
Ah. Sorry, please continue GMing.
And like, His esteemed Grace thanks you very much for delivering the goods as discussed.
Excellent. So I hope we will get the agreed upon sponsorship for the upcoming meeting.
His most gracious excellence will provide you what you seek, the sponsorship to speak at the council meeting.
I'm glad to hear it. Will that be all, Your Excellence?
The protocol droid waits for Bowl to speak some before it continues translating. His Grace wishes to inform you that while you may have his and the voting bloc he represents a vote in the upcoming matter, the situation will not be quite so easy.
Well, I appreciate the warning, Bowl. Do you have any advice you'd like to give us? You know these matters far better than we do.
Bowl just got like a low chuckle before he speaks. It said, "Such information would cost you."
Well, I appreciate the offer. We'll have to just wing it, I'm afraid. Samurai helps himself to some coin, I'm sure you can imagine.
The protocol droid waits a few moments before he said, "Such is the price you pay."
If that will be all, we'll see you at the meeting.
Bowl kind of raises his hand and gives you a dismissive wave before his throne rotates to face out onto the casino floor.
I nod and turn around to walk away.
Right.
I thought that went pretty well.
Evie gives like kind of a relieved sigh and goes, "It's so nice to work with a reasonable hut."
He is quite reasonable, I say loudly.
People just look at you weirdly.
Christ.
All right. You.
All right, we are outie.
Where to?
I think I need to do a little shopping because I've got 2,000 unmarked credits
2,000
that I
credit
am
shopping spree.
not. I am not bringing that shit back into Imperial space. So
What's the name of our contact on this planet?
Agent Shira.
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 That's correct.
Would it be worth updating them?
It would be.
Okay. I will. Once I'm back on the ship. I might go with everyone else. They might be shopping. Once I'm back on the ship, I will make contact.
Okay, well, where's everyone going first, and then we'll determine who's on the ship, other than Lysander, because Lysander's objectively on the ship.
I am.
I need to figure out what I'm buying.
Sure.
Or what I want to search to buy, at least. So I'm gonna be browsing for a few minutes.
Sure. What did you say, Mora?
I'm back on the ship.
Okay, you're back on the ship. Mark's on the ship. What about Lamorsa?
I'm also going on the ship.
All right.
I have
Okay.
no
So
money.
Evie's going shopping.
Okay.
Well,
You all do ship while I search for.
yeah. The rest of you make your way to the ship. Central gets Agent Shira on the holo communicator, the ship, the ship installed holo communicator for you.
Agent Shira,
And you're like, this had better be important, Captain.
sorry, is it-
Yes, I typically am.
well, I'll keep it brief. Just wanted to touch base to let you know that we have the sponsorship we need to attend that meeting with the adults. So, just so you're aware, I suppose. I don't want to keep you if you're too busy.
That's good. I suppose you've also secured the necessary votes then.
Well, we'll at least be at the meeting.
He stops visibly what she's doing on the holo and looks a bit more directly towards it. You can see that she's thinly restrained frustration. And he's like, Captain, it doesn't matter if you can speak unless you can swing the votes.
I'm aware of that, but this is a big step forwards. We'll get those votes anyway.
You certainly won't be getting them at the meeting. You clearly don't know much about how things are operated here on Arshada.
No, I don't.
Says votes are never settled at the vote. Everyone already knows the result going in because people buy the votes.
Of course. We will see who we can contact and figure out how many votes we can secure.
Well, thankfully for you, I'm better at my job than you are, which means that I already have that information.
That's good.
Because as it stands, whether you have Bowl's invitation or not, you do not have the votes, which means that the insurgent Castia will get his due.
Right.
You need to swing votes. Because if you have any chance, you need to swing at least 2 votes in your favor. That will even the floor.
Would you know which parties are the most undecided, most middling on that?
It happens that I do. So the 2 people that are most likely to lend you their votes are Obu the Hutt and Buenjo the Hutt.
Should we give me the spellings? My good friend is.
I can.
Thank you.
I can. Not only can I will.
That's very nice of you. Ooh, and Buenjo. Well. Could you let me know where I can find
Yeah. She gives you a pointed look again.
I can find it out myself if you're busy.
Says you don't just meet with. She pinches the bridge of her nose for a few moments. She's like she pinches the bridge of her nose. She's like, "Where's Centurion 2? I'd like to speak to someone more competent."
Evie?
Yes.
They are
Yes.
shopping, I'm afraid. I can put you in touch with my third command.
He's like, no, Captain, that's quite all right. You don't just meet with a hut as you please. Says you only meet with them if they desire you to do so.
We would naturally figure that part out as well.
Right. Then I will leave that in your capable hands as I have matters to attend to.
Thank you for your time.
Captain, she disconnects the comm there.
I was in such a good mood after securing that lightsaber.
Well, you see, she's a bitch, so it's fine.
She also expects a certain level of competency.
Now, to be fair, our specialization historically has not been subterfuge and
Competency?
information gathering.
Ah, I see.
So-
Never mind.
We're, well, so this feels in line.
Can I ask Central for the information we already have on when Joe and Open?
Like, certainly, Captain. I will prepare it on a data pad.
Thank you very much. Ideally, what they enjoy is tributes. I've come to learn the Hutts like receiving tributes.
Gisela said, "Would you like me to do some research, Captain?"
If you would, thank you.
He nods his head. Says, "Very good. I would says it will take me. It will take a little bit of time."
And I'm not there, but maybe we should also find out if we know generally which huts are more favorable to the Empire, and what would get their attention.
I
That may not be for Central to do specifically, but I think
don't
That's what we're
overload
going for at the
Central and
moment.
make it take a long time, yeah, but you're right.
just want it to be considered.
Well, while Central's doing that, you now you can have a little bit of downtime, if should you like it.
Mhm.
Which includes time to rest. Which means that at the end of this little bit of time, well, Mark will get an opportunity to just fully sleep.
Yeah.
It depends if any of you wants to do anything, such as getting medical treatment or go
Yeah.
shoppies like Evie is.
I need medical treatment.
I do have some wounds.
You can go and see a clinic.
Yeah.
Yeah, alright. We'll do that.
Oh, very well. So Lysander and Moira are gonna go and to a clinic in on Arshada, of which there are plenty.
Yes.
What about my good friend Lamorsa?
Gonna stay on the ship and watch over Mark.
You're just gonna stand there and watch him.
Stare at him in the tank as he bobs there.
Yes, he just shifts around.
He wakes up and sees two glaring red eyes. Falls
Like-
back asleep again. Too scared.
like pressed up against the window.
God.
Yeah, no, he's gonna stay at the ship.
Okay, alright. Alright, well, on the medical treatment. You go to one of the reputable Imperial clinics or Imperial aligned clinics here on here on Arshada.
Yes.
I'm just pulling up my information. Here we are. Okay. How injured are you? I'll start with Lysander.
I have 7 wounds.
Are you okay? Let me rephrase. I don't care about the amount of wounds you have. I care if you are half or above.
I have more than half my health.
You have okay. Your current wounds are more than half your health. Your
No,
threshold.
my wounds are less than half my threshold.
Less than half. Okay. Then this check will cost you 200 credits.
I've paid it.
Yahoo!
You know, etc., etc.
Edging the joy.
Why?
Fuck you, diaper boy.
Woohoo!
Well, Matt, you might say woohoo. You recovered 3 wounds.
It's better than it was. I thank the doctor for his efforts.
Moira, where are you at in comparison to your threshold?
Over half.
You're over half? Okay.
Yes.
Then it will cost you 400.
Okay.
Have you paid?
Yep.
You recover 4.
All right.
Alright. You're in better conditions now.
Yep.
Yui.
Yippee.
Alright, Evie, what are you purchasing?
I have a couple of things that I want to look for. First of all,
Go ahead.
since we have started dealing with items of value, I want to in the future have a way to verify those items. So I'm looking for a Bardotten chronoscanner as one of the things, and then also a recon remote, which is basically a small droid for a small camera, basically.
Let me pull these 2 up. Okay, the Chrome scanner to distinguish antiques from replicas, okay?
Yeah.
And the recon remote. Oh, it's an orb droid. Well, okay, I know exactly what this is.
Like the
Yeah,
Inquisitor has.
yeah.
Ooh.
Okay. Great. These are both items that should be quite easy for you to find, in theory.
Fantastic.
Go ahead and give me a roly-poly. That's going to be a negotiation roll.
Okay.
At difficulty, let's see, which one do you want to do first?
Why don't I do the
Doesn't-
harder one first?
Doesn't super matter because they're 3 and they're both
and
within the. Tell you what, in fact, they are both considered easy. You
Okay.
are on a. We're on the primary trade lane, which reduces the difficulty by 1, so you can in fact just get both of them.
Oh, fantastic.
No roll.
No roll required. Awesome.
No roll required. They are just.
Sorry, I lied to you.
No, but you are correct.
Technically a
You
roll,
are
it's a
correct.
roll I can't fail.
Yeah, yeah.
So you are correct, Logan. You do typically roll for anything that you are looking for.
1450.
But the modifier of the rarity modifier of the planet reduces it to 0.
All right.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna add those to my inventory, and I have it marked that I have 550 unmarked credits remaining.
Okay.
And
Are you encumbered?
I don't think I should be.
Okay.
Because
I
one
just
of
know
those
that you're.
items weighs
I know.
0.
Yeah. I just seem to recall that you were carrying lots of things.
Don't worry, I'm aware.
Your
I do
pouches are
also
jingling.
look a lot for things that don't weigh very much because I like having equipment, but I can't deal with a lot of heavy stuff. So
All right. Well, yeah. Both of these are easy to
Yeah.
find.
all right, and then I have 550 remaining. I might look and see if there's anything else helpful for me to get.
There's always weapons and weapon mods.
Yeah, especially 'cause
Modding
I'm
a
currently not
weapon.
done great with combat.
Modding a weapon's always a good idea if you can afford. If you don't have a greater priority spend, It's not a bad idea.
Weapon
course.
mods really help. Yeah.
And so, of course, I would also argue that you can mod your weapon too much. I look at Dara.
Oh yeah.
You can really
know,
you can really cheese your weapons for maximum damage and crit fishing by modding.
Yeah. We have a couple
And-
characters who are way too like metagamey in the other campaign.
A little overtuned.
Can my
Little over.
weapon be the current one I have be modded? I don't remember if there's a.
It has your M44 blaster pistol has 4 hard points. So yes, it can be modded.
Well, okay. Attachments can be modded. Though I don't think many weapons themselves can be modded.
No, but when I say modded, I do mean attachments. In this
Okay.
case, I mean, you can enhance your weapon by getting attachments.
Yeah.
Because you have 4 hard points.
Which is also what I was
Termin-
asking about. So
Okay. Well,
Yeah. It's a
I'm just being
terminology
fucking
thing.
pedantic for no reason. Yeah.
yes, but that's okay. Sometimes it would be relevant. It just happens that we were using the terminology the same way this time.
We're using the wrong terminology correctly.
Yeah.
Mutually
Wrong terminology in the same way, resulting in the best possible outcome.
It's just like
Yeah.
feet versus feet all over again.
Oh my god.
Not even get started on feats.
Oh, I got to do it.
Me too?
Did you know the average number of legs a person has on Earth is less than 2?
I mean, yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, makes sense.
For this data sample,
Yeah,
you should
yeah.
use a different average. You should use the median.
Matt coming in with his 20 legs.
You should use
Well,
the median.
that makes it a
Yes,
statistical
Spider's
outlier.
George.
I believe your the words. I believe you have it's a light weapon. Your blaster
Yes.
is a light pistol, so
It is a yes. Your skill is ranged light.
so there are some mods that you can't use.
Yeah, I see here.
But getting some mods or attachments, to be clear, attachments that can further be modded. Good idea. It's a good idea to do.
I really need to look into
Yeah,
getting some.
We should save some money in case we want to buy tributes or gifts for
This is true.
the upcoming huts that we need to talk to.
But also, Evie should give herself a little treat.
I just don't want to sell another person to celebrate.
We're not going to do that.
We're not doing that.
Then we need to make sure we can afford the
Yeah,
gifts.
I want to look for. Oh,
Selling implies that you received money in exchange for Mark being handed
That-
over.
Which, as we know, is the opposite of what happened.
We sold you in exchange for
I do.
being able to meet with several of them.
I do also still
yes.
have normal
Credits.
normal Imperial credits. I just want to not have unmarked ones.
Not credits with the serial number sanded off.
Yeah, exactly. I want to get an Ascension gun attachment,
Oh.
which
Hell
is
yeah.
rarity 4.
Hell yeah. Great. Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah, okay. That's 500 credits, but I slapped that thing on my weapon.
Let's see. It's a rarity 4, so you will have to actually make a roll. It's a difficulty 1 negotiation check.
Damn.
You got this.
You know, I could be
Don't
really
even
silly goofy.
worry.
We do have
You
7
could-
light side points.
I mean, use
yeah,
them.
no, you have them to use them.
No reason not to. Don't
That's that
just
thing.
stockpile them. Yippee! Yep,
Alright.
you're able to get it.
Yeah, so that's 500 credits, and I will take the time to slap that on mine gun.
I'm pretty sure, mechanically speaking, adding attachment is completely free, and you just do it.
Correct.
That is wonderful, if so.
I'm very confident it's the case because mods require a check.
Mods require a check, and if you fail that mod, you just lose it forever.
Yep, you just can't do it.
Fucked up system.
I'm gonna be real. I think it's great.
Okay.
I mean, I'm sure like it is important for balancing purposes, but it's fucked up.
You're fucked up.
So true.
So I clicked on. It wasn't in item attachments that I could find. Am I looking in the wrong thing?
It should be in item attachments, no. But if it's not
What are you
there,
looking for?
the
mod to put into
the Ascension gun mod attachment.
attachment?
It's a ranged weapon attachment.
There is a separate weapon attachments thing under equipment attachments. Try looking in there.
Ah, thank you.
Yep.
I didn't go searching in the full. Okay, well, I'll find it, but it was not where I expected. That's not how you spell Ascension.
Was it misspelled?
No, I've just typed it so many times that I'm spelling it wrong now.
Oh, I see.
Well, I'm typing it correctly.
It's certainly not
And
in weapon
I was
attachment.
gonna say, yeah, I'm typing it correctly,
Well-
and I'm telling you, it's not there.
God damn it.
Yeah,
which is not that. Which, to be clear, that's not on you, Logan. You pointed to the right direction. It's just
you
not
you
in
sent me to a place that it should have been.
here. That's all right. I will sort that very quickly.
Okay.
Why don't you tell me if you're looking for something else?
Yeah, I wanted to look for also electronic sighting system, which is also a rarity 4. A weapon.
I'm back now.
Oh, well,
I need to wait for Foundry to reload. Are you looking for anything else?
Yeah, I wanted to look for another rarity 4 weapon attachment, which is electronic sighting system.
Electronic sighting system.
Wouldn't it be so fucked up if Tez cut out again?
It would be.
It would be.
I would be sad
Because
because I want my special boy treats for my little tiny gun that I keep in my.
aim as an
hidden-
incidental once per round at short range. That's pretty nice. It's pretty good. Oh, and you can get an accuracy mod for it. Mm. Okay, well, let me. What's the rarity on that you said?
4.
Then you need to make the roll again.
I will. I should have used the light side point.
How many? Sorry, the Ascension
Right
gun.
there.
How many hard points does it have?
1.
One hard point attachment. Okay.
Yeah, it says. Yeah, just 8 HP required 1. What it says.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, that is correct. That's what I was looking for.
Baby's first
All
weapon
right.
modification.
All right, you have an Ascension gun attachment to your
Fantastic.
pistol, and you do not find the electronic sighting system. I'm afraid.
This is so sad, but I will live. Okay.
I mean, one of the most popular weapon attachments you could get is the blaster actuating module. Just increases damage.
Fucked up that blasters just get that.
Is it fucked up, Logan?
Yeah.
Why is it fucked up?
Fucked up.
Insightful.
It could be worth getting. It does add a setback to your checks using the weapon, though.
I think that goes counter to my goals here.
That's fair. Just if you want, it's more or less
I
the
do
only
love
way
that
to get.
that there's a a modification that it for ranged light pistols that make them easier to conceal, because like
Yeah.
that is something I'd use, but to decide if I want it.
All right. So, anything else that you're shopping for with your monies? With
I
your
don't
treat
actually,
tokens?
you know what? I just want to use the 50 remaining to just buy 2 stim packs.
Yeah, you can do that.
I could always use more stim packs. And now I don't have illegal money.
Hooray! Hooray!
All right. That's the shopping that I wanted to do.
All right. If no one else does anything, then you can go ahead and take a hit and take a rest if you'd like. Which involves you going to your inventory screen and hitting the recycle button on your stim packs. Which is going to wake Mark up, wake him up inside.
Can't wake up. Can't wake up inside. Save him.
him.
You got
Uh,
it, boss.
All right,
how
Logan,
long?
you get 8 hours.
8 hours? Okay, so that's 4 extra wounds. All right.
That's 4 wounds. Before you are
Mouth shut.
before you are pulled out of the drink.
Actually, you know what? I apologize. There is actually one more shopping I would like.
All right, Mark, go back in the drink. If you had something else to do.
Honestly, I wouldn't be opposed to staying in there for 24 hours because that means I get to do a critical injury roll.
No
If
resting
you
in
want
the
Mark to
Empire.
just be in there while we're doing shit, that's fine. Like,
I
it would
said
be
you
boring for
would
you, but
just
you
be out of
can.
commission.
Yeah, that's true.
Wouldn't be ideal, but
So you can
anyways,
take
this is
the opportunity
Uh,
after the mission.
Yeah, I'll hold off.
Go
I'm
on.
Actually
gonna search
participate.
for the
Yeah.
shortened barrel, which is also 4 again, and I'm balancing them out.
A shortened barrel.
It's for ranged light pistols only, and it
Makes the weapon easier to
makes it
conceal, I
easier
found
to
it.
conceal the weapon.
Yep,
Which I do
ahead.
anyways, so
You can mod it to get an innate quick draw. It's pretty good.
that's part of why I decided to do so. So I will be spending my hard-earned paycheck.
Your Empire dollars.
To shorten the barrel on my little pistol.
All right. Yeah, totally.
All right, now I'm done for real. Promise.
Probably.
Oh,
Okay,
you
yeah,
did
that's totally better. Yeah. Quick and easy.
Yeah.
Quick and easy. All right. Mark's out of the drink. You've all had 8 hours to rest. You've probably taken a chance to catch some sleep.
Some delicious Zeds.
Sweet Zeds. All right. Well, it's a new day on Arshada. Not that you could tell, because it's always dark here.
It sucks.
Sure is.
Fucking
Well,
neon.
it's
all the
it's
time.
not dark. It's just neon all the time, and the atmosphere is so heavily polluted that it doesn't get
There's no
sunlight.
natural light, so all we get is the neon. It's like Vegas.
It's if Vegas was a whole planet and also worse.
Yeah, it's if Vegas
Hey
were a whole
now,
planet
it's
and
better.
no government regulations.
The only regulations
want
here
no
are the ones that the
government.
huts want.
I
What?
think we should have a quick crew meeting to decide what we're gonna do.
We'll gather around.
And when we do, I'll say, we've now probably secured our place in the negotiations. Unfortunately, hut politics are complicated, so we will need to continue doing work on those other than Baul prior to the negotiations. Did Agent Shira have any insights, Captain?
Shara has directed me to 2 huts, Ranger and Ulu, that they believe will be easiest to sway, and also believes that if we can secure those 2 votes, then the votes go our way.
That's not. I need
know
to
what they
clarify. That's not what was said. It said without securing at least 2 more votes, you don't stand a chance at all. You need 2 votes to even the scales.
Okay, I'll
And,
say that then.
And I'll double check, Tess. How long do we have until the meeting?
A few days.
Okay. So we should.
You spent about 2 days here, and it was when you arrived from when you arrived. You were given the week was put the meeting was put a week after, so you spent 2 of 7 days.
Okay. Man, we've gotten a lot done in 2 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, then we should find out what we can about the 2 of them, and more importantly, figure out how we can get their attention. Simply busting down the door, as it were, is not best of strategies, as we have discovered.
I put Central on it. I've asked Central to gather what he can about the device. Hopefully, we'll uncover a reasonable way to make contact with them. Failing that, we may have to go back to the drawing board and figure something else out.
We can also do what we can to information gather ourselves. I can look on the local HoloNet.
That would be very helpful.
Might also be worthwhile to, if we can find their location at all, do some good old-fashioned reconnaissance.
It's a good idea. Which Central has the locations. We should recon as best we can.
I will find out what I can from local information channels.
You do that. Does
All
anyone
right.
else have any thoughts about how it's progressing?
None here.
I do.
Nope.
Certainly, Obu and Wenjo must also have adversaries of sorts. So perhaps we can try to take the same approach as we do with Bowel and Semra, and do them a favor by interfering with whatever those mentioned adversaries like to do, for example, or take something of theirs.
It's a good thought. It could get messy. It did get messy with Samra, but we know these huts won't side with us easily, so it may come to something like that.
Huts are predominantly interested in profit.
That's I don't think we can sell that. We don't have,
My name's Mark, and this is my favorite casino on the Citadel.
I'm afraid to say I don't think anyone on the actually gives a shit about Mark or
Oh, I
Mark.
know, this is Samra's champion.
He's Semra's champion. You're so right.
Semra's disgraced champion, yeah.
Semra's champion who will never fight in one of his fights again. Therefore,
Hey,
essentially,
you were dishonorably discharged. You were honorably discharged, I mean, sorry. Not dishonorably. You were honorably discharged.
He quit after 1 day. Bro could not take the job.
I didn't quit, I was discharged. There is a difference.
SMH bro
They
couldn't handle the
fired
grind.
Bro did not die with glory.
Alright, so what exactly are we thinking is to play here?
Really just kind of waiting for information.
we're gonna do a combo of information gathering. We're just going to start with, I want to search on the local HoloNet for anything about these huts, either their location or what they're interested in, beyond just basic hut stuff. Then when we have a location of some kind, either from Central or from our own looking, go and look and see what their situation is, and then make a plan based on what we find from these various searching.
All right. Is anyone else going to look for information independently as well?
Good question.
Let me think about this.
Hmm.
Mark will go on his own.
Because Central is very competent, don't be wrong, but also you increase your odds of finding information by just, by
Mark.
everyone doing it.
I mean,
Yeah.
maybe we should go to Bowel and pay him for advice if we do have the money.
It's gonna want
How
like
many
1,000 credits.
unmarked credits do we have?
We have no more unmarked credits. I spent those.
Okay.
That was the goal of my shopping trip, because Evie is not carrying unmarked
Spend
credits
all of
into
them,
Imperial
yeah.
space. So
Mm.
Very smart of an Imperial officer to do.
We
God, we really are
we
cops.
might really need
Yes.
the money we have to make this actually work. I don't want to just hand over more money to Bowel. Although his advice might be quite useful.
it could be worthwhile to go to people who work for Bowel.
That's true.
Mm.
We could talk to. God, what's his name? The guy we talked to works for him.
Greer.
Oh wait, no, there's
Great, thank you. We could talk to them, I guess.
Hint, hint, nudge, nudge.
I
Give him
think
information about his family, he'll tell you anything.
Yeah, but you don't have that.
Yeah, we don't know.
So I think you'll find that getting someone high up the Bowel food chain to give any information that's not authorized will be very difficult.
I can imagine.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Mostly I figured that it might be easier to get people who are around there if they know anything, even if it's not detailed, just because they have exposure to hut stuff, before we, commit hundreds or thousands of credits.
Well, yeah. I like the idea of talking to Bowel again, but I don't think we're good enough friends with him for that to work out. I think it'd be very expensive.
We should go in, if we're going to talk to him again, we should go in having decided what we're willing to give and what we want out of it, instead of more vague information gathering.
Yeah, the more we know already going in, the more helpful he might be. Just see what we can learn first.
Yeah.
Alright, so you don't want to see Bowel first. You want to get some information before you see Bowel.
Yeah.
Correct.
Alright.
There is also the to give everybody different stuff they can do. There is the pounding the pavement information gathering method. Guns or no guns. Just, Narshada's a place with a lot of people. People talk.
Yeah, alright. My charm. That's pretty good.
You can't guarantee that you can coast off of charm on this one if you're essentially going bullying for information.
It depends how you go about it. Like, are you gonna pretend to not be? Are you gonna pretend to not be a cop? Are you gonna pressure people? Like,
No, stormtrooper up and head out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could do that, but you definitely not gonna do that with charm.
My others.
that would be coercion.
Coercion?
Wouldn't it?
That is just that's straight up coercion.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna take at least one other party member with me. As many as people want who can come with me. I don't mind.
Mark will go with.
I'll go with.
I do recommend you take Moira. I think Moira probably has the highest coercion in this party.
Yeah, I have 2 ranks.
Oh yeah. Also, you can
Oh. Are there any other options?
Any that you could think about.
I cannot think of anything on the go, so I'll come with.
alright. Full armor sets, stormtrooper helmets, try and look official. Stand up, Fred.
Sure. Yeah.
We'll let Moira do the talking.
All right.
So Evie's gonna go and try and sweep the local holonet, and the rest of you are gonna go be stormtroopers.
Yeah.
Stormtroopers on Prime Planet. Let's go.
Do we get a boost on that coordination check because of how many of us are?
I haven't asked you to make a check yet.
I'm not saying in general. Because of more intimidating because of our numbers.
We'll see. That depends on the situation you find yourself in.
Okay.
Say, Sophia did raise a point that's worth keeping in mind. Bunch of stormtroopers on a crime planet.
It could. It might work. Who knows?
It might work great for you. It might also lead you to getting shot.
We could piss off the wrong person.
Okay, Evie, let's start with you. You go searching through the holonet.
Yeah, I'm looking for like a pretty wide spectrum of information, and it'll narrow based on what I find. But like of those 2 huts specifically, like their facilities or whatever, wherever they are, like if they have a, their palace or whatever. But also like what is interesting to them, like, antique collecting versus fighting rings versus like spice rackets. Like what is their little slice of crime?
Okay,
Because I want to
totally.
find out not only about them, but like what would impress them. Specifically, my thought is we want to try to get their attention before knocking on their door so that they actually give a shit about us.
Yep. All right. Go ahead and make me a. Let's take a look here. What is the appropriate roll? Give me a. Uh. Give me an underworld knowledge check.
I thought that might be it. What difficulty?
Difficulty. Let's do the information you're looking for is not that hard, so let's call it 2.
Okay. All right.
A normal difficulty. Is that right, Harley? Don't look at me that way.
Yeah,
Don't look at me with big
I'm just
eyes.
gonna go for it. Let's do it. Yippee!
Well, hot dog. Okay. You're able to discover a couple of morsels of information. Both huts are, generally speaking, crime lords. They have their fat, grubby hot fingers in many pies. Obu, however, is predominantly in racketeering. You are able to learn.
Okay.
And Buenjo has a lot of different. He has some different operations going. But you do learn that that he has a very profitable smuggling business. He runs a very good smuggling operation.
Okay.
Those seem to be kind of their main things, even if they do. They are also within many other fields, but this is kind of where their focus lies. Is to the best of your information, at least.
All right.
Which that helps you figure some stuff out, at least.
Yeah, it's a good place to start for information. All right. So when you say that Obu does a lot of racketeering, is that like he has a like casinos and stuff?
He definitely has casinos. He a lot of protection rackets
I
and
see. Okay, yeah.
a lot of protection rackets. He runs a lot of the streets on Narshada, especially in certain districts. Extortion, one might call it.
All right, yeah, that helpful. Thank you.
Yep.
I need to think about what to do next with this information.
All right. For the rest of you, you filter out. Well, what kind of locale or area do you wanna stomp up?
What was the one place called again where I went to meet Talro?
Shadowtown?
Shadowtown.
Yeah, Shadowtown as a whole is one of the planet's many large wards.
Do you suggest that?
Yeah.
Shadow Dome, you say? Well, I mean, good at places any to start, I suppose. Let's head there.
Alright, you muscle your way down to Shadowtown, which is not exactly hard to head down there. That being said, you catch a lot of looks in Shadowtown. Stormtroopers, you get the distinct impression that Imperial security very rarely comes down here.
We will keep our composure and our formation. We'll have a chat with a local shopkeeper, I think.
But you head into like a local armor shop in the area. The shopkeeper looks and says, troopers, what do we owe to... What can I do for you?
Could I roll something to perceive a violation in how the store is being run or what they're selling? I could maybe twist his arm with.
You need to remember, because this is information you already know, so I haven't mentioned it, because you should just know this. Narshada is not Imperial.
Yeah.
You keep that in mind. Your authority here is very limited.
Well, is there maybe something he's selling on the racks that he shouldn't be?
Sure, you can make me let's call it a hard perception check.
Okay.
If you dare.
That's difficulty 3.
Yes.
There we go.
No, someone's a bit of a coward.
I rolled it. I'm not a coward.
You take a peek around the street, the racks. To your knowledge, but you're not exactly Mr. Product himself. You don't know exactly the legality of every good and wear here. But you know there are some things that are more of a questionable nature available here in this little outlet. A few old and dubiously legal, bits of modifications.
You have some interesting wares here, shopkeeper.
Nice. Simply sell what the people want.
We're looking for information on a couple of individuals. Would you be willing to answer some questions?
He kind of looks a little around and says, yeah, sure.
Good. The names Wenjo and O mean anything to you?
Yeah, they're parts of the Narshada Hut Council.
Ever worked with either of them?
He gives you a look, says, "Sorry, what's the
Oh, I don't mean to
why
accuse
do
you
you
of
need this
anything.
information?"
I don't mean to accuse you of anything. We just want to know what you know about these two huts.
Yeah, I don't know shit.
You don't know anything?
No.
Can I see if he's lying?
I mean, you can't guarantee that in any way.
I can't roll a perception.
No, that wouldn't be perception.
Okay.
Well, it would be perception, but you also already did a perception check, like for illegal goods. You can only do so many checks. You
Alright,
have 3 other people in here with you that can also participate.
sure. If no one wants to, I don't mind.
Hmm. If no one else is going to, I can.
Go ahead.
Okay. Perception, is this still hard?
Yeah. Yeah, give me tell you what, give yourself you can have a boost die.
Boost die. Okay. Difficulty 3, 1 boost die. I'm gonna tap a light side point.
And so equilibrium has been achieved.
Hmm.
For now. Nice.
Alright.
He is certainly being dodgy about it.
I will give Moira a quiet nod to do her thing. I will have a look around the store while she talks to him.
Okay. What do I say? Oh, fuck. Hmm. Fuck. I think the best thing to do would be to try to threaten him.
Okay.
Oh god.
Yeah, how I don't need to know word for word what you say. I just want to know how you want to threaten him.
You can bring up his dodgy wares again.
Yeah, exactly. Is bring up that some of these wares don't really seem like they seem dodgy. There you go. I was gonna say they don't seem legit, but then that would is it like what do you mean dodgy? Like do they not look legal or
Yeah,
You
we
do say legal.
established that they look
just don't look legal?
illegal, yeah.
Okay. Then yeah, just threaten him that some of these things look illegal and that he could
Okay.
be arrested for it.
Go ahead and give me a coercion check.
Difficulty.
I'm gonna say difficulty 3, and I'm gonna tap a dark side point to upgrade it.
Okay. Okay, difficulty.
You should check if you have any abilities you could use because you do have interrogator. As well as one of your specs, you might have talents picked up from that, maybe.
What talents do I have from that?
Let me quickly grab a drink while you check that. One moment.
Ooh, I have intimidating. May suffer a number of strain to downgrade difficulty of coercion checks, or upgrade difficulty when targeted by coercion checks by an equal number.
That would be really good here, yeah.
Though I will suffer 1 strain to downgrade the ability, or downgrade the difficulty, not ability.
You'll have to repeat that for Tez when they get back.
Okay.
Because they're probably going to get confused as to why you didn't apply the thing they just applied.
Straight up cheating. Cheating it, and by it, let's just say, haha, the
Don't say
dice.
it. All right. I guess that's that. All right.
I'm back with my drink.
Welcome back.
There's the roll. Very good.
So I do have a talent. I took a strain to lower the difficulty.
Okay. All right. Yep.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. You kind of like look around at some of the goods. Look over towards it by the counter. Give him the stink eye for a second. Tell him that some of his goods look a little dubious. He seems a bit more nervous than the attitude he had previously has shrink away. It's like look, everything is perfectly legal. But I'm operating within the guidelines of the Hut Council.
Hmm.
Can Mark just like offhandedly go, when was the last time this place was inspected?
Yeah, okay. He it's been he's like, are you asking to see my inspection records?
No. I'm just curious. If they're fine, you shouldn't have any problem, should you?
If you're innocent, you won't mind if we search your home, will you?
Exactly, yeah.
If you have nothing to hide, you have nothing to fear.
I love having privacy invasion.
Yeah.
Normal, healthy society things.
He's like, look, we. All right. You want to know about some huts? I can tell you a thing or two, but I don't know much. Okay.
That's all right. Tell us what you know.
He looks at you, kind of just because you said, that's not typically how this works.
Are you going to tell us or not?
Says, do you have a question or not?
What do you know about Wando?
I told you he's a hut. He's a hut bigwig.
Well, what do you know about his business?
This is transporting goods mostly.
Transporting goods? What's he transport?
I don't know. I don't work for him.
Where's he set up normally?
Probably somewhere in the skyline.
Do you know any more specifically where he typically is? Where his office is?
No, yes, I have nothing to do with him.
And Obu, what do you know about Obu's business?
He runs protection, mostly.
Protection. And you work with Obu at all?
He looks around a little and says, I may have paid him a couple of times. Protection.
I see. And where is Obu typically set up?
Just having a drink.
I'll take some.
He looks at you a little hesitantly. This is clearly he doesn't really want to talk about this. He's like, Obu has there's a couple of clubs he likes to do business with. So I don't know where you can meet the. I said I've never met him. To be all right, I don't know.
Where are these clubs?
He gives you a couple of club names.
I want to butt in real quick. Are these
All right,
clubs?
that's fine, but keep your butt covered.
Are these clubs? Hold on, let me restart. How exactly did you come in contact with Obu's protection services through these clubs, or?
This is some of Obu's men came to me, not the other way around.
Did you do anything specific for them to come to you, or was it as simple as owning a shop?
So as far as I know, they just came because I own this place.
Are they distinct? Do they have any features we can distinguish them with?
Like they're hot guards. They walk about as you would expect them to. Mercenaries and bounty hunters of all sorts.
Do you have any contact with any of his guards?
No, not
No, just you.
really. So only when they come to collect their protection money.
Yeah,
It's like protection fee.
of course. And forgive me for asking, but how much do they charge you?
I don't see how that's any of your business.
Fair enough. I throw my hands up. Is there anything else we need to ask this guy?
I think we've got enough information. We can just leave.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for your time, sir.
Yeah. Good day, officers.
We exit the store.
You get jumped by 17 individuals.
That's illegal.
It's illegal as jumping anyone is.
That's more legal. We're cops.
Not on our shara.
That's right.
Well, you're still cops, they just have no respect for your authority.
In that case, we are diplomats.
No, you're not diplomats.
No.
Alright.
Are we able to... Do you know the rough location of the clubs he was talking about?
I mean, he gave you some names, you could look them up.
Yeah, we want to look those up, see if we can go to one of them, see if someone who works there would know Obu a little better.
Do you want to head there now, or do you want to go back and reconvene with Evie first?
We should probably reconvene with Evie.
Okay. Presumably back at the Dragoon.
Yes.
You all meet back up. Okay. Well, you meet back up on the Dragoon then.
So it sounds like Brenjo runs some kind of smuggling business, and Obu is running protection rackets. That's what we've gathered about their businesses.
Yeah, I should pretty much. They both have a lot going on, but those seem to be their special sauce, as it were.
We know of some clubs that Obu works with. So I'm thinking we go there, see if we can find someone who knows Obu more closely. No one's been able to give us a typical location for either of them. We only talked to one guy, though.
I did what searching I could, and most of the information I found was of the more general nature. I'm not surprised, but it may be worthwhile to see if Agent Shira has discovered anything or knows anything of use about these huts, as well as following up on their specific businesses and how we could make ourselves beneficial without, of course, causing any difficulty for our Imperial officers here.
Well, I get the distinct impression that Agent Shira prefers speaking to you, so perhaps you should make the phone call.
Prefers is a strong word, but yes, sir.
Well, Central also enters the Captain, the rest of you. He gives a look around and says, I have concluded my own investigation.
What do you have for us?
Since I have shaken a couple of trees, as it were, to see what kind of information I've been able to find. Says I have come to know that Obu has a rivalry with another hut on the planet. That could be of use to us. A hut called Nuchesk. Their rivalry runs deep, I am to understand, and Obu is loath to give his rival any business and will likely take an opportunity to. He stops to think for him a few moments. Stick it to him, so to say.
Can you give us a spelling for Nuchesk?
No.
Fine, I will write it wrong. That's how I spelled it.
Right. And as far as Buenjo goes, as you've already determined, he mostly deals with smuggling.
Yes.
You might have some ideas on how to approach, but if your plans fall through, I have it on good authority that Buenjo is interested in the location of a ship that went missing a few years ago.
You know anything about the ship?
So I did as much research as I could. It seems to have been a transport carrying large amounts of goods.
When it comes to Nuchesk, is there anything more about his business, what he does that gets in Obu's way?
Protection rackets as well. Turf wars and rivalries.
Then perhaps we should leverage what Imperial presence there is here and offer a sort of I will shift in Nuchesk's direction in exchange for Obu's cooperation with Imperial efforts.
Certainly. Though I would be careful. If you plan to leverage Imperial aid with Obu, I wouldn't do it with Buenjo. And the other way around.
Understandable. These are
There's only so much you could smooth over with High Command.
Of course. And there is the benefit with Obu of it primarily being internal Nashida politics. Less impact on Imperial space.
And still, they no doubt each have weak spots that can be exploited. If you do not wish to promise Buenjo Imperial aid, you could try and take care of this matter with the ship.
Of course, yes. I believe that may be a beneficial course of action. Thank you, Central.
You know, of course. He takes a step back towards his towards his end of the bridge where he communicates with staff.
Yeah.
Alright, that's a pretty strong lead on how we can get on their sides.
I believe we should begin with the ship matter. I think that would be the easiest for us to be involved in without outward ripples.
True. Get in
No
contact
doubt
with
other pirates will be. No doubt other pirates will be there.
yeah.
It won't be
Yes.
as simple as grabbing and going.
I imagine it will be some sort of a conflict.
Well, we'll need to get in contact with Wenjo before we can do anything.
And I believe you wanted to talk to Agent Shira as well.
Yeah, so unless anyone else has something they want to talk about before, I'm gonna ring her up.
Alright, time to, okay, calling up your bestie time.
Bestie. Uh-huh.
You call her up, she answers like, yes, can I help you?
I was told you wished to speak with me about any relevant information for our current situation.
You're like, yes, you're... She's like, she takes a moment and says, perhaps it is an easier line of communication for me to not lose my hair.
Well, we are currently looking after leads involving Buenjo and Obu on the planet in terms of, in hopes of collecting more votes. I was wondering if you had any insight into the matter given your long-standing position.
So Obu has a so if you've been looking into it, I'm sure you know about.
We lost Tez.
Dang it.
What are you doing?
Man, these cards are atrocious today, huh?
Yeah, it's really
Yeah.
not great.
You pulled them up and they made it worse.
It's starting to feel that way. They're like, how dare
Hold on
you
one
speak
second.
out against our services?
I need to grab my idiot boy.
Yeah, they were like the second time in 3 years. How could they call us again?
Yeah, exactly that.
We'll
This
show
We're
him.
so
this-
busy. We're so busy sitting on our asses doing nothing.
We're so
God,
busy
you're so-
chewing. We're so busy chewing on underground fiber cables.
Yeah, there's just a company of moles dressed as humans.
They have like high vis jackets and shit.
Yeah, like helmets.
Yeah.
Shira. She's like, right. Well, if you've looked into Obu, I'm sure you know of his rivalry with the Hut and New Chesk.
Yes, that was the main angle that we were looking into for him.
Well, it says regardless, if you're going to talk to Obu, you should see. Says the person you're going to want to talk to is his battle master. Says a Gungan by the name of Bao.
BAO.
BAU.
BAU.
His battle master handles most of his affairs and will be your greatest lead into getting any aid with Obu.
That is a name we hadn't uncovered. In terms of, is there anything on the side, on Wenjo's side, that you're aware of that may serve to put ourselves in his good graces? We've heard about a situation with a ship.
Yes, he also has some issues. He's also been having some issues with some of his smuggling efforts throughout the Midrim recently.
Good to know. I imagine dealing with either positively or negatively the line of credits is our way into their good graces.
As far as Buenjo goes, says he has an interest in that matter of the missing ship. Says though, as I mentioned, he also has issues. He's been having issues with Imperial Customs recently.
Though it shouldn't be only line of thinking, leveraging Imperial support may be necessary if other lines fail.
Yes, he's been having issues with the Moff Broad section. So I believe you could. I believe the Grand Moff Crane would be willing to lend you some assistance in the matter if you wanted to.
That will certainly be an option once we exhaust others. Are there any other members of the Hutt clan here that we should be particularly paying attention to?
In regards to the vote, I take it.
Yes. Are there any who might be influenced by one another, perhaps?
She's like, if you are able to deal with Buenjo and Obu, you'll even the scales, which means at that point, miraculously, you will have to sway votes during the actual vote.
Will be a matter of personality at that point.
Buenjo and Obu are swing votes when it comes to the Nashida Hutt Council. They have no particular love for the Empire, but they also have no particular distaste. So by securing Baul and the couple of votes that come with him, you have made it feasible to win a vote. But you still need the effort of securing the swing votes, and then it mostly comes down to if you can persuade Jogra during the vote.
Is he historically persuadable, at least on the scale of Hutts?
You already met Jogra. It was his palace that you interceded.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, he's kind of the. Do you understand? He's basically the top dog on Narshada. He is he runs the Hutt cartel here.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Sorry, many Hutt names.
Yeah, I know. I get it. Like, Jogra will go the way of profit and the way that interests him and doesn't debilitate his business.
Well, we had best make it clear that cooperation with Imperial interests will be more helpful.
And also, I would be mindful of your tenuous alliance with Baul.
Of course.
Says, I doubt he's helped you. Says, you might have done him a favor, but I doubt he's helped you out of the goodness of his heart. He stands to profit from sponsoring you somehow.
Maybe worthwhile finding out how. If there's anything else relevant, get in contact with us as soon as possible. Otherwise, thank you for your aid, Agent Shira.
Yes, we'll talk later, I'm sure. She's
I'm
gonna
sure.
She's gonna disconnect the comm there.
Yeah. I believe our next order of business is investigating this missing ship and going from there. Oh, I was close.
Yeah.
Fucking Star Wars ass names.
I know. George Lucas was cooking.
George Lucas was cooking something, and we all keep eating it.
And I will keep eating the mysterious stew.
The Joker mush.
Yeah, we need to find that ship.
So the ship was taken by pirates. Yes.
The ship was lost.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
it was
don't
lost.
have pirates.
The ship was indicated as lost.
All right. Conflating
you-
information in my brain.
Yeah. Because someone said pirates, which is a reasonable assumption, though not a guarantee.
I see. That's why
Yes.
I got my confused.
Yeah, because I believe Logan mentioned pirates again, which reasonable assumption, not a
I mean, like
guarantee.
most of the people here are pirates, so like.
It was you could. Well, it depends if you want to talk to any of you could speak with either. You're not going to be talking to, as indicated. You're probably not going to be talking to Obu. You're going to be talking to his battlemaster.
Yeah.
But it might be worth talking with the battlemaster, and even with Gwenjo, if you want to see what.
Do we have a means,
Explore, get all your options on the table.
do we have a means of talking to Roger?
Not immediately, but you could ask Central about it.
I believe we should get in contact with Bao to begin with, and then investigate Wenjo and see what routes we have to help either of them.
What do we want to get out of Fowl exactly?
Bao, the battlemaster. Sorry.
We can talk to Fowl if you want, I mean.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Baul could get you the in with Gwenjo.
He could probably get us the in with who we want to. It's just that it's not free.
Yeah.
As Engineer said, he stands to profit somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I do also think we should figure out, but we have to maximize our time here.
Alright, so what's it gonna be? Which lead do you want to pursue?
I believe we wanted to pursue Gwenjo first. I think that's what we talked about.
Well, I believe you. I think it's worth getting all the information you can, like exploring, talking with all the colleagues you can before you make a decision.
Any other thoughts, guys? I mean, with 5 people, we can always vote.
Did we get a way to contact Bao?
You do not have a way of contacting Bao, no.
Okay.
But you know about some of, again, you received information from some of Obu's clubs that you could probably visit and then investigate from there.
Yeah,
I say we focus on Obu.
Obu's
now.
like easiest to find, at least, or at least get some kind of contact with. Because we have that lead of his clubs.
Yeah.
We could pay Baul for an in with Benjo, potentially. I don't know how much you'd want for that. What do we think? Do we want to check out our club?
I think the club is a good idea.
All right. And let's do it.
All right. You head on out, make your way down to one of the clubs.
Are we still geared up?
I mean, I presume you generally walk around with some of your armor, but I assumed when you were going to do intimidation, you put on like helmets and all, like you know, weapons on display. And
Yeah,
everything.
that's why I'm asking. Are we still like doing that? Because it would be kind of weird to walk into a club
No,
like
we're
that.
not doing the full stormtrooper for this.
Evie's definitely not. She's in what could pass for civvies.
All right, you make your way to one of the clubs down in the Undercity. All right. You head on in, walking through like a slightly winding tunnel where it opens up into a large cylindrical chamber with flashing lights and tightly packed crowds. The place reeks of alcohol and sweat.
I suppose the tried and true talking to the bartender would be a good start.
You can certainly try.
I will.
Okay.
Unless the bar looks like it would be too crowded to even do that much.
The bar is quite crowded. But you can still approach the bar
I will just
if you want to. You head up to the counter. You see there's like three or four bartenders here that are like busy serving patrons. One of you wait a few moments before one of them comes over, and they're like, "Yeah."
I'm looking for a gungan named Bao.
He's like, "Huh?"
Bao.
I'm like, "Sorry, I don't speak whatever language that was."
I'm looking for a gungan. Gungan.
Since you have a gun?
No.
Like, I have one too. It's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay.
Is there like security people around, like bouncer kind of people around the bar?
Yeah, definitely.
Maybe just one
definitely.
of them instead.
Yeah, you just walk away from the bar.
Yeah, that wasn't going
Alright. You step back. Someone like immediately takes your spot at the bar, like immediately.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah. You filter back to the rest of the party group who watched that happen.
We're going to try and talk to security instead.
Yeah, makes sense.
We'll approach one of the bouncer security kind of people.
Yeah, great. You approach one of the bouncers.
Excuse me.
He turns out and looks like, yeah.
We're looking for a gungan named Bao.
What for?
We hear he works for Obo.
He continues looking at you.
That
So, yeah, I know who Obu is.
we're looking for an employee of his called Bao. He's a gungan.
Yeah, so I heard you.
Do you know where we can find him?
I asked you for what? You still haven't answered my question.
Oh, we just want to talk to him.
Pass. Move along.
We'll go find a different security guy.
Okay, I'm sure you walk to another guard who standing like you walk to the like around the outskirt of the room to like the other side. Someone who probably didn't see that interaction happen.
Excuse me.
This helmeted guard. She looks you. It's like, yeah.
We're looking for a gungan named Bao.
Why?
We wish to make contact with their boss.
She gives like a sigh. She gives you a sigh. And says, "If Obu wants to talk to you, you'll know."
So you don't know Bao?
So sure I do.
Well, I mean, if you could point us in their direction, that would be very
How
helpful.
much?
Oh, let me see. 200?
Pass.
Oh my god. Someone else want to try to convince them? Someone with a higher charm stat than me?
I was actually gonna say that maybe he goes for just hearing people talk in here. It might take a little while, but like, is anybody talking about something relevant to us? I guess would be the more
You'd have
specific
to take
thing.
some time and like go around and listen. I think in for
Yeah, that was I was thinking of doing, not
just canvassing the club essentially.
yeah, like most people are gonna be talking about stuff that's not relevant at fucking all, right? But maybe there's someone who's talking about business shit. Like this is a hut club, you know?
Yeah, so it's a big club too. So
So it could take some time to do that while the other more direct investigation is going on, because that's like that's more her style, I think.
okay, totally. So is everyone but Evie with Mark with Lysander?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
Well, yeah. The bouncer. Yeah, she gives you a pass. She's like, nope, 200's not worth it. Sorry.
4?
400?
Yeah.
6.
My God, everyone wants to walk in money. Jesus Christ. 5.
Pass. Move
Alright.
along.
Alright, Jesus Christ. I need someone else to talk to the next one in a second.
I'm gonna bump like Lysander on like the shoulder before we move away and tell him, Captain, it might be worth mentioning that we are here for explicit business. That business being the lost ship.
No, that's wrong hut.
Oh,
What?
That's Bren just only cares about the.
I had
the
it
ship.
wrong in my note. Oh my god. I'm sorry.
Yep.
Okay, never mind.
When cares about shit.
I also had it
also
wrong
have
in
it
my
wrong.
notes, so that's on me. Also,
I also had
No.
it wrong.
I have it right in my notes.
See.
I'm not crazy.
He
He changed the number.
defecated your son. We were going the same direction. All right.
Yeah.
No.
One after Magna Carta.
Abu's the one he's the protection racket one.
Yeah, who's rivals with Newcastle.
Yes. Who has the Gungan battlemaster named Bao.
Yeah. Okay, sorry, my bad.
All good.
I don't want to give these people so much money for this information.
Well, you gonna move along? Yeah.
That's
No
what I want.
offense, Matt, but I think you need to change your approach because I don't think we need to be giving money. It's just you are
Go
being
ahead
way
then.
too friendly with these people.
someone
Yeah.
else take a turn.
Go ahead then.
Alright.
Well, you make your approach before you hear a voice kind of calling out behind you, like, the 4 of you look like you're having a hard time.
I swing around.
Yeah, the group turns around. There's a tall look bounty hunter with like he's dressed, he's got the whole bounty hunter armor on. Not wearing a helmet right now, so you can see his clean shaven head and like sharp features. His armor's high quality. You can see that looks like he has flamethrowers under the wrists.
Very fancy.
Wait a minute.
He steps he comes close to you and says, "You look like you're having a hard time."
Yeah, the staff here are giving us the ring around. We're just trying to find some basic information.
Like most people don't like to talk about their employer.
I can imagine. What can we do for you?
He gives you a look from us. Says, "We can talk about that later. Right now, it's more what I can do for you."
Well. Do tell.
He extends his hand towards you to shake.
I'll shake his hand.
And he's like, Jagai, I work for Obu.
Wait.
Yes, Logan?
The sun?
Yes.
Okay.
How do you spell his name?
Like this.
Take a wild fucking guess.
Like this. He's Jagai.
The guy.
Son of Jaboy.
I thought it was gonna be Jaboy,
Fucking
but
okay.
alright.
That's an awesome name.
Another returning character.
Well, see, it wouldn't
This
be.
bit.
See, it could be Jaboy, but Jaboy only showed up to die. Jagai, you had an ongoing rivalry with. He's more important.
And I guess Jaboy had his own little not castle, but his own little fortress going on that one planet. He had his own business.
No, that's where you met. That was Jagai's.
What?
That was your guys. You killed Jaboy first encounter. Remember?
Right. Okay. Now I remember. Now I
Yeah.
remember the order of events. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
My bad.
All right. He shakes Lysander's hand. So I said I work for the Hut Tomb.
Oh, I see. You could potentially help us speak with them.
Was it with Obu? No.
Well,
Obu's not going to see you.
Well, then what about with Bao? Bao. Moira's just gonna chime in. She's sick of
Yeah,
Lysander's shit.
He looks towards Moira and says, I can get you a meeting with Bao, sure.
Okay, do you want anything for it?
I will.
What is it?
Nothing right now.
Just a favor.
He looks over and says, I can think of worse people to be owed by than... He kind of narrows his eyes a little bit. Just consider it as, I'm guessing Imperial Special Forces? Then I can get you Bao. You'll just owe me one.
Alright, I think that's fair.
I like this guy.
Great. Let's come along.
We'll grab Evie and follow him.
Alright. Yeah, Evie, you get grabbed, TM.
Yeah, I go along.
Jagai will take you to one of the staff doors in here. Opens it and leads into a stairway that descends into a room. He leads you down into presumably a guard room there, because you see there's a couple of bouncers here. He opens another door in here into a small office in the essentially in the back, where you see as you might expect, there is a Gungan in here. Just in similar armor to the rest of the bouncers. Jagai kind of looks over and says, Boss, these would like to see you. He looks towards the part and gives you a head nod to head on in.
We'll head on in.
Yeah.
Bao, I take it.
What's I do, sir, for you?
We wish to do business with your boss. We believe we can help in his difficulties with a new Chesk hut.
You are so very, very brave to mention that name, sir, here.
I understand he is not popular in this business.
We're also under the impression that perhaps some additional help with your shared business with him could make you favorable to a group such as ours.
Bao rests back in his chair a little bit, and Little Big says, "Enough, of the tapping around. Say what you try to say."
We are interested in a political relationship with Obu the Hutt, and we believe that our aid may be worth allegiance in the upcoming vote.
And what kind of aids do you provide?
Well, we have 2 days to offer a special forces group, as well as favorable attitude when dealing with any potential imperial oversight. Perhaps New Chesk has more issues with the Imperials on world than Obu will in the coming days. Or perhaps there's something that he needs done that bounty hunters simply aren't enough. And for a very limited time, there is an Imperial Special Forces group willing to work with him.
Evie, can you make me a charm check, please?
I can do that.
Listen, thank you.
What's the difficulty level?
3.
3. My ass is tapping a light side point to upgrade my ability.
Go ahead.
All right.
Oh yeah,
Nice.
baby.
He gives a couple bobs of his head side to side and says, "Misa thinks something could be arranged."
What do you have in mind?
Yeah, the mighty Obu has 2 problems.
Yes.
To deal with one, and Obu will be most favorable to you, sir.
Sounds good to me. What can we do for him?
User could muscle in on New Chesk, as User suggested. He gestures slightly to Evie, because, that's what he said, after all.
Yeah, she made a pretty explicit offer there.
Yeah, or User could take care of Halurel.
What's that name?
Halurel?
Halurel.
Like this. You haven't heard that name yet.
Yeah.
Oh. My guess was pretty close in that case, actually.
Right.
Yeah, me too.
Who is this Halurel? And what issues have they presented the mighty Hutt?
She's a big bombad. He gives a bit of a gesture. Like, been muscling in on hours of turf. So, New Chesk's, no big problem, known quantity. Halurel, new, unknown quantity, unknown.
Do you know
Mighty
anything?
Obu wants her dead.
Any idea of where she's been muscling in, as you say?
He, you see him bob his head a couple more times in thought. deliberating how much information to share. The usual. You know how it is. He's like, after a few moments, he kind of gives you another look and says, been having issues mostly in the red light sector.
And any information about her herself, or simply the name?
She's a Duros, blue skin, red eye, gestures towards Lamorsa, like that one.
What's the race name?
Duros?
D-U-R-O-S.
Yep. Which is, to be clear, not what Lamorsa is.
Not what
Yeah.
Lamorsa is.
but they do have similarities.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you? Why are you blue?
All right. Well, this has been rather informative. If we will come back if we find any leads on this Halurel, or if there
User
will be...
clock is ticking.
We understand. You know what? We will meet. We will come and have a meet with you in 2 days. Is that...
He gives you a look. 2 days is... Yeah, he says, fine. 2 days.
Sounds good. We'll see what we can do for you. And of course,
He's a dismissive wave. That's your sign to leave.
We are fucking outie.
we'll leave.
You head on outside. And the guy kind of leaning against the wall says, "You get what you need."
Yes. Thank you for your help.
I'll come collect that fare when the time comes.
We won't forget what you've done for us here today. With honor and yes, of course.
Gives you a nod and then the way, which presumably you head back out to the bar proper.
Yeah. I mean, we might just head right out of the...
Oh, you have to head out to the club and then out from
Well,
there.
yeah. No, but we're not hanging in the club.
Alright,
We're at work.
okay. It looks like you got some information there.
Well, it's true. I don't know how quickly we can find this hollow rel, and we really have the authority to kill them.
Well,
We could always ask.
That's I suppose.
yeah, I mean, we're not in Imperial space, but also, given that I think that the Halurel is probably breaking law of Nar Shaddaa, for sure. Definitely Imperial law.
Everyone has breaking Imperial law.
I mean, yeah, I'm just saying that, I don't think there will be love lost unless there's more complicating information.
Yeah. I mean, if it helps the Empire, I'm sure the Empire will not mind if we kill a single individual.
And the Hutts, unless she has an association with a Hutt that we don't know about, they probably will not give a shit.
Yeah.
That's true.
Don't give Tez ideas.
Even if they don't like each other much. Even if they don't like each other much, Hutts are insular.
That's true. They are pretty insular.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I like about them.
It's why they're fun,
Yeah.
but it would suck to deal with them. Luckily, it's just a story.
Exactly.
All right, well, if we want to investigate anything with Buenjo before we head to the red light district, I believe now's the time.
Uh, I don't know what we could research. I don't have much to go off of.
Well, if you want to find out what Buenjo's deal is, you have to probably meet with Buenjo or one of his contacts, which you might need Bowl to help you do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obu, you have two clear lines of approach. You can either deal with Halurel, or you can give him the muscle he wants.
Yeah, organizing a muscle would at least be quicker.
Yeah.
That would be enough to, as Bao said, that would probably be enough to get Obu's support.
Yeah.
So, but if you get Imperial aid there, you cannot offer Buenjo Imperial aid. Is kind of the idea.
Yeah. We don't know how long it would take to find and retrieve the ship. That could be like a big mission.
Mm.
And it could just take longer than we have before the meeting. So I think we can do is like get a lead on where the ship might be even before meeting Buenjo.
Not without information that you just don't have, and I wouldn't be easy for you to get.
Yeah.
Central already dug and found, the information that he found, and that took him some time to uncover.
Yeah, we might have to just go through Baul to get Buenjo.
Yeah.
I think we've cornered ourselves in that one option, so I think that's what we have to do.
Yep.
Should we take him a tribute?
Mark's right here. Mark's new code name is the Tribute.
They call me the tribute.
Not
An
deal
offering of
sorts.
sorts. Oh.
Use the old man's sword.
God damn it.
Alright, so what's the play here?
We've got him a tribute. What would we get him?
A nice fruit basket.
He might like that.
17 cheeseburgers from McDonald's.
He would love that. Who doesn't love a cheeky McDonald's now then?
It's true. Well, I wouldn't know. I've only had it twice.
Oh. Well, that answers the question. It's tested us.
I just like Burger King more. I just think it's better.
It is better.
I just don't want to make him mad if we don't bring him anything.
Yeah.
We could always just give up a couple thousand credits.
Could we give him a nice bottle of something alcoholic? Does it like alcohol?
Like a vintage wine or whiskey.
Not as much as anyone else.
A bottle of wine is a solid gift.
You can get some Corellian whiskey.
Yeah, let's give him a bottle of whiskey.
Yeah.
What does a bottle of whiskey set back?
A single bottle will run you 25, but you can also buy a case with 25 bottles for 500. If you wanted to get a nice tribute, like just a case of Corellian whiskies.
Yeah, okay, 500. Do that.
Yeah, 500 would that would be like a small case of 25 bottles.
Okay. I'll pay for that out of pocket.
500.
Yeah, someone else will have to carry it. I'm on encumbrance threshold.
None of you could carry it. It has an encumbrance of 20. No, it's just that it's a single bottle has an encumbrance of 1.
That's really funny. We all have to drag it together.
Well, you're on North though. You got like a mag lift. You can use like a a magnetic like carrying crate or something.
Okay, we'll do that to carry the crate to him.
We'll drop it in front of his like palace door, and all the glass bottles shatter.
Like a Sea of Thieves bottle over it.
Oh god, there's a reason we don't fucking do those.
Yeah.
Remember, Matt, the cloth can't get wet.
But the plants have to get wet.
The plants have to get wet, but the bottles can't.
Uh,
The bottles can't. The bottles just can't shake.
Yeah. Alright, we'll head to Bowl's place with our gift in tow.
Very well. You arrive at. You make your way to Bowl's Casino, where one of Bowl's guards kind of. Presumably, you head to the back dock that you've entered through before. You're
Sure.
not gonna just approach the front entrance of a casino carrying a large crate of alcohol.
Yeah, we can enter through the back, I suppose.
Yeah, one of the guards at the back docking port, like the back landing pad, kind of comes up so like, whoa, we don't have anything scheduled right now.
We wish to talk with Bowl. We brought appropriate goods.
He looks at the crate and says, yeah. So there's 1,000 others people on Nar Shadad. If Baul wants to see you, he'll see you.
Tell him I kind of want to talk to him again.
He gives you a look at like, fine, don't move.
Okay.
He walks back towards, like a terminal by the landing, by the door on the landing pad.
Yeah.
And comes back after a few minutes. All right, the boss will see you. Bring the tribute with you.
Thank you very much. We'll head in.
You make your way back to Bowl's VIP chamber, where he's waiting for you.
Your Excellence, it's good to see you again. We brought you a gift.
Oh. He just looks expectantly waiting for you to present your tribute.
We mag off the crate of whiskey out to him.
Greer, his editor, walks over and opens the crate. He looks over the goods before he takes out one of the bottles and hands it up to Bowl, who inspects it, pops the cork, downs half the bottle. After a few moments, he considers it, he tastes it, and then he hands the bottle back to Gray, who puts it on a side table. Protocol droid shimmies forth and proceeds in translating for Bowl. Says, His most esteemed eminence wishes to thank you for this fine tribute. He asks what he has done to warrant such kindness.
Yeah, it is no trouble. Just to thank you for your time here. We know you're a busy man.
I'm back. You know I've had a lot of cutouts today.
It's true. I
A
just
lot of cutouts.
I thank you because for seeing us because we know he's a busy man.
Kind of just waves his hand a little, like dismissively, before you do like kind of like in a go on motion.
We were hoping you could get us an in with Joe. We believe he could be a useful ally in our endeavors with this.
The protocol droid continues its translations. The mighty Bowl wishes to communicate that he would be capable of getting you a meeting with his esteemed cousin Buenjo the Hutt. Though he asks what might be in it for him before he makes such arrangements.
Well, I can assure him that we will certainly be bringing another crate of whiskey next time we come to visit. We would love to offer a larger amount of credits, but we've been dealing with a lot of people, and it's gotten a little expensive.
His glorious eminence wishes to convey that if you do not have the money to partake in the game, then perhaps you should stop playing.
How much money would he like for this assistance?
His eminence has no interest in financial compensation for this favor.
What could we do for him?
His eminence would like the weapons.
The weapons.
Greer seeing takes over and says, "From the deal with the insurgents."
Ah.
It's like what the mighty Baul is saying is that he wants the weapon shipment the Hutt Council is promising your Lanzo Castia.
Seriously, we should for Sophia.
Matt just like, damn, I'm out of my depth. Hold on. I can't wait to cut that 3 more times in the next 15 minutes. That would be super awesome if that happened.
Oh. Why?
Damn, my bad. Sorry, G.
Right, Sophia.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
That will only help us if we give him the weapons from the deal.
Yeah, I heard. I think that it's unfortunately fair.
Greer's gonna elaborate a little bit for you. He says, "On Nar Shaddaa, the Hutt Council has an agreement that no one Hutt may arm. It says there is an arms limit on how much each one is allowed to deal with. It says, however, arms acquired through legitimate trades done through the entire council, such as this one, aren't subject to that. Meaning, he looks to you, expecting you to connect the dots."
I get it. But how practical is it for us to promise this?
And that's for you to determine yourself. So basically, he just wants you. If he gets that, he can arm a lot more soldiers than the rest of his peers on the council.
Um, how would we even secure that for him? Stealing orders would be very difficult.
Impossible. There's no way you can steal. The amount of weapons that's on this deal, like, it's enough to arm a small army. That's why the insurgents want it.
I don't know how we would navigate the negotiation meeting that we would end up with Bowel getting all weapons. Maybe if...
What?
Sorry?
I was gonna say, well, that is his price. If you want to take it, that's up to you. But that is the price Bowel has put
How
forward.
many huts are voting right?
In the entire council,
Yeah,
there is a dozen huts.
a dozen, okay. I mean, I guess if we could get Wenjo and Obu to also agree that Bowel should get the weapons, then that could work, but
If you
that would be
the
difficult.
idea here is that if that you have Bowel, so you have the votes he brings with him, because he brings a couple votes with him if he votes your way.
Yeah,
But Buenjo and Obu are undecided right now, but if you want the votes to be 50-50, you need them both.
yeah.
And then you just need to sway someone during the actual vote. You know, to get the agreement to fail. That's what you want. You want to tank this negotiation. For Lanzo, at least.
Yeah,
Because he has 6 votes.
right.
Like, Samra and his block has 6 votes.
If we can talk to Buenjo, we have some things that he would want. We can get him on side and at least win the vote. I don't know about getting the weapons to you personally, but it would get us in a much stronger position to accomplish that. But I don't know if I can promise that to you.
I presume you are saying to...
I'm saying that to Bowel.
Yeah. Go ahead and make me a charm roll.
Difficulty?
3 upgraded thrice. Because you are against the hut and they have nobody's fool.
I'm going to tap that.
I think you'll need it.
I think I will. No! Damn it!
Ah,
Rats!
You can visibly see Bowel's mood sour. The protocol droid said, lets Bowl speak a little bit before he begins to translate. His most esteemed, glorious, and patient eminence wishes to convey that without your guarantee that you will that you will do your very best to arrange the weapons shipment arriving in his hands, he will not be of further aid to you. He will do as he has already agreed, but nothing more.
I think we have to go for it.
Think so?
if it's our only option right now, then kind of
He's kind of our best resource right now. And so I don't want to fuck with that. And not giving the weapons to the huts is not ideal, but I think it's worth the trade-off of potentially having rebels get it instead.
Oh, no, the rebels. If that is what Bowel requires, then we will make it happen.
His glorious excellence thinks that you have made a wise decision today.
Thank you.
He will hold you to this agreement. And should you fail to deliver your lives, and should you fail to deliver, he will put a bounty on your heads.
Understandable. I respect the manner in which Bowel does his business.
He will arrange. His Excellence will arrange for your ability to communicate with his esteemed cousin, Buenjo the Hutt.
Excellent, thank you.
You should expect the communication within the next few hours.
Thank you kindly, Your Excellence, Bowel.
His chair is gonna, his lounging chair is gonna just rotate to face back towards the casino again. You have been dismissed.
Lysander feels quite nervous about the thing we just agreed to.
It's not an insubstantial amount of weapons on this table.
Yeah.
We're talking several million credits worth.
Yeah. It's a matter of priorities, and our priority is the mission.
Right. I think what we'll do is we'll end here, and then we'll continue next time. Well,
Sounds
you'll
good.
presumably head out on one of these.
See you.